Welcome to Ask Rare Class Notes YouTube channel. Before starting the video, I request you please support and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Thanks. The paraphrasing of the poem, The Wind, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Stanza 1. Original. Reading. I saw you toss the kites on high, and blow the birds about the sky, and all around I heard you pass, like ladies' skirts across the grass. O wind, a blowing all day long, O wind, that sings so loud a song. Simple and easy line by line. In dialogue paraphrasing of stanza 1. I saw you lift the kites high, and push the birds across the sky. I could hear you moving all around, like the soft rustle of skirts on the grass. O wind, you blow all day long. O wind, your song is so loud and true. Simple paraphrasing in a paragraph of stanza 1. I saw you lift the kites high, and push the birds through the sky. I could hear you moving all around like the soft swish of skirts against the grass. Oh, wind, you blow all day long and your song is so loud and true. Stanza 2. Original reading. I saw the different things you did, but always you yourself. You hid. I felt you push. I heard you call. I could not see yourself at all. O wind, a blowing all day long. O wind, that sings so loud a song. Simple and easy line by line. In dialogue. Paraphrasing of stanza 2. I noticed all the things you did, but you always stayed hidden. I could feel you moving and hear you making sounds, but I could never actually see you at all. O wind, you blow all day long. O wind, your song is so loud and true. Simple paraphrasing in a paragraph of stanza 2. I noticed everything you did, like pushing and making noises, but you always stayed hidden. I could feel you moving and hear your sounds, but I could never actually see you. Oh, wind, you blow all day long and your song is so loud and true. Stanza 3. Original reading. Oh, you that are so strong and cold. Oh blower, are you young or old? Are you a beast of field and tree, or just a stronger child than me? O wind, a blowing all day long. O wind, that sings so louder song. Simple and easy line by line. In dialogue paraphrasing of stanza 3. O wind, you who are so strong and chilly. O wind, I wonder, are young or old? Are you like a wild creature of nature, or just a more powerful being than I am? O wind, you blow all day long. O wind, your song is so loud and true. Simple paraphrasing in a paragraph of stanza 3. O wind, you are so powerful and chilly. I wonder, are you young or old? Are you like a wild creature of nature or a more powerful being than I am? O wind, you blow all day long and your song is so loud and true. The central idea of the poem, The Wind, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. The central idea of the poem, The Wind, by Robert Louis Stevenson is the speaker's fascination with the wind. The poem explores the wind's powerful and mysterious nature through vivid imagery. The wind is described as influencing the world by lifting kites, moving birds, and rustling through the grass. Yet it remains unseen. The speaker reflects on the wind's strength and presence, wondering about its age and nature. Overall, the poem captures a sense of wonder and curiosity about this unseen, powerful force of nature. The summary of the poem, The Wind, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. In the poem, The Wind, the speaker describes the wind's powerful influence on the world around it. They see how the wind lifts kites high, moves birds through the sky, and rustles the grass like the soft touch of skirts. Although they notice these effects and hear the wind's sounds, they can never actually see the wind itself. The speaker wonders about the wind's nature, whether it is old or young, like a wild creature or just a stronger being. Throughout the poem, the wind is depicted as an unseen but forceful and continuous presence, singing a loud and powerful song all day long.
Frost was spectre grey, and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky like strings of broken lyres. All mankind had haunted sought their household fires. The land sharp features seem to be the century's corpse of land. It's crept the cloudy canopy, the wind is death lament. The ancient pulse of German birth was shrunken hard and dry, and every spirit upon earth seemed for the lessons I at once. A voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, in a full-hearted, even song of joy illimited. An aged thrush fell gaunt and small in blast beruffled blue, had chosen us to fling his soul upon the glowing blue. So little cause for caroling of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things, afar or nigh around, that I could think that trembled through his happy good night as a blessed hope whereof he knew, and I was unaware.
The paraphrasing of the poem, The Darkling Thrush, written by Thomas Hardy. Stanza 1. I leant upon a coppice gate, when frost was spectre grey, and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled vine stems scored the sky like strings of broken lyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. Simple and easy paraphrasing of Stanza 1. In this stanza, the speaker describes that I leaned on a small gate in the woods on a cold, grey day when the frost looked ghostly. The last bit of winter made the fading daylight seem empty and dreary. The twisted vines reached up into the sky like the strings of broken instruments, and everyone nearby had gone inside to warm themselves by their fires. Stanza 2. The land's sharp features seem to be the century's corpse outleant, his crypt the cloudy canopy, the wind his death lament. The ancient pulse of German birth was shrunken, hardened, dry, and every spirit upon earth seemed fervorless as I. Paraphrasing of stanza 2. In this stanza, the speaker describes further that the landscape looked like the dead body of the century lying out in the open, with the cloudy sky as its tomb, and the wind sounded like a mournful song for the dead. The usual signs of life and growth were dried up and withered, and every person on earth seemed as lifeless and unenthusiastic as I felt. Stanza 3. At once a voice arose among the bleak twigs overhead, in a full-hearted evensong of joy il limited. An aged thrush, frail, gaunt, and small, in blast beruffled plume, had chosen thus to fling his soul upon the growing gloom. Paraphrasing of stanza 3. Suddenly, a voice rang out from the bare branches above, a joyful song full of life and energy. It came from an old, thin, and weak thrush with feathers ruffled by the cold wind. Despite the darkening evening, the bird poured its heart into this song, filling the gloomy scene with unexpected joy. Stanza 4. So little cause for carolings of such ecstatic sound was written on terrestrial things, afar or nigh around, that I could think there trembled through his happy good night air some blessed hope, whereof he knew, and I was unaware. Paraphrasing of stanza 4. There seemed to be almost no reason for such a joyful and ecstatic song given how bleak everything was around us. I began to think that perhaps the thrush knew of some hopeful and wonderful thing that I was completely unaware of, and that was making him sing so happily. The central idea of the poem, The Darkling Thrush, written by Thomas Hardy. The central idea of The Darkling Thrush, by Thomas Hardy, is the contrast between a sense of despair and the surprising presence of hope. The poem starts with a bleak and desolate winter scene, reflecting the speaker's feelings of hopelessness and the end of an era. Everything seems lifeless and desolate. However, the mood shifts dramatically when an old thrush sings a joyful and enthusiastic song. This unexpected burst of happiness from the bird, in such a grim environment, suggests the presence of hope and renewal that the speaker is unable to see but feels might be there. The poem highlights how even in the darkest times, hope and joy can still emerge from unexpected sources. The paraphrasing of the poem, Sunshine After Rain, written by Brenda. Stanza 1. One day, when I was young, I heard a knock at my door. It sounded familiar, like I had heard it before. I opened the door, and to my surprise, there stood a young lady with blonde hair and brown eyes. She said, "I have the answers. Are you ready to play?" So I grabbed my money and I said, "Okay." Paraphrasing of stanza 1. One day, when I was young, I heard a knock on my door that sounded familiar, as if I had heard it before. When I opened the door, I was surprised to see a young lady with blonde hair and brown eyes standing there. She told me she had the answers and asked if I was ready to play. I took my money and agreed, saying I was ready. Stanza 2. There were the answers that I had always sought. Liquids, pills, and powders, and I bought and bought. Then one day, my friend suddenly changed. Her face became ugly, calloused, and deranged. She grabbed my hand and we tore through the town. My loved ones and friends could only watch and frown. Paraphrasing of stanza 2. I found the answers I had always been looking for in the form of liquids, pills, and powders, and I kept buying more. But one day, my friend suddenly changed. Her face turned ugly, hardened, and wild. She grabbed my hand, and we ran wildly through the town, while my loved ones and friends could only watch with sadness and disappointment. Stanza 3. She kept whispering something I could only guess. It sounded like she was repeating, "Yes, yes, yes." I thought of my family, oh what a mess. But all I heard was screaming, "Yes, yes, yes." Paraphrasing of stanza 3. She kept whispering something that I could only guess at, and it sounded like she was repeatedly saying, "Yes, yes, yes." I thought about how my family was in chaos. But all I could hear was the constant shouting of, "Yes, yes, yes." Stanza 4. I had to find help. I was at my wit's end. I had lost my child, my family, and my friends. I said, "God, are you there? Can you help me, please?" A sudden peace came over me and I fell to my knees. I said, "God, I'm not worth it. I feel like a jerk." He said, "Suit up and show up. It's time to go to work." Paraphrasing of stanza 4. I was desperate for help because I had lost my child, family, and friends. I called out to God, asking if He could help me. Suddenly, I felt a deep sense of peace and fell to my knees. I told God I felt unworthy and foolish, but He responded, telling me to get ready and take action because it was time to start working on making things right. Stanza 5. So I am here to tell you in this little rhyme, life keeps getting better one day at a time. So when you think you are going insane, there's always sunshine after the rain. Paraphrasing of stanza 5. I'm sharing this little rhyme to let you know that life improves slowly, day by day. When you feel like you're losing your mind, remember that there's always a brighter side that comes after tough times. The central idea of the poem, Sunshine After Rain, written by Brenda. The central idea of Sunshine After Rain by Brenda is about the journey from struggle to recovery. The speaker tells the story of being led down a destructive path, losing everything important, and feeling hopeless. However, after calling out to God for help, they experience peace and are encouraged to take action and rebuild their life. The poem delivers a message of resilience and hope, reminding us that no matter how tough things get, there's always a brighter future after the hardships. Just like sunshine after rain. The summary of the poem, Sunshine After Rain, written by Brenda. Sunshine After Rain, by Brenda is a poem about personal struggle, addiction, and eventual recovery. The speaker recalls a time when they were young and were introduced to harmful substances, thinking they were the answers they had been looking for. Over time, their life spirals out of control, losing family, friends, and stability. Desperate for help, they turn to God, who offers guidance and peace. The poem ends with a hopeful message, reminding readers that life gets better one day at a time, and even after hard times, there is always hope. Like sunshine after rain.
On like cold grey stones, oh sea. And I would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Oh, well, for the fisherman's boy that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well, for the sailor lad that he sings in his boat on the bay, and the stately ships go on to the haven under the hill. But oh, for the touch of a vanished hand and the sound of a voice that is still. Break, break, break at the foot of thy crags, oh sea. But the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me.
The paraphrasing of the poem, Break, 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 written by Lord Alfred Tennyson. Stanza 1. Break, 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 on thy cold grey stones, O sea, and would that my tongue could utter the thoughts that arise in me. Simple and easy paraphrasing of stanza 1. The waves crash against the cold grey stones of the sea, and I wish I could find the words to express the deep emotions and thoughts stirring inside me. Stanza 2. Oh, well for the fisherman's boy, that he shouts with his sister at play. Oh, well for the sailor lad, that he sings in his boat on the bay. Paraphrasing of stanza 2. The fisherman's boy is happy, playing and shouting with his sister, and the young sailor is joyful as he sings in his boat out on the bay. Stanza 3. And the stately ships go on to their haven under the hill, but oh for the touch of a vanished hand, and the sound of a voice that is still. Paraphrasing of stanza 3. The grand ships continue their journey to the safe harbor below the hill, but I long for the touch of a hand that is no longer there and the sound of a voice that has gone silent. Stanza 4. Break, 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 at the foot of thy crags, O sea, but the tender grace of a day that is dead will never come back to me. Paraphrasing of stanza 4. Crash, 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 against the base of your cliffs, O sea, but the gentle beauty of a day that's gone will never return to me. The summary of the poem, Break, 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 written by Lord Alfred Tennyson. In the poem, Break, 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 Tennyson reflects on the sea's unceasing waves crashing against the rocks, expressing a wish that he could convey the deep emotions he feels. He contrasts the joy of others, like the fisherman's son playing and the sailor singing, with his own longing for the presence of someone who has passed away. Despite the ongoing movement of ships and the relentless waves, the poet laments that the gentle beauty of the past cannot return. The central idea of the poem, Break, 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 written by Lord Alfred Tennyson. The central idea of the poem, Break, 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 is the poet's expression of grief and longing for the past. He contrasts the joyful and lively moments of others, like children playing and sailors singing, with his own sorrow over the absence of a loved one. Despite the ongoing movement and activity around him, he mourns the loss of a loved one and laments that the beautiful and tender moments of the past are forever gone and cannot be reclaimed. The paraphrasing of the poem, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, by William Shakespeare. Stanza 1. Original readings. Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen. Although thy breath be rude, hi-ho, sing, hi-ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Paraphrasing of stanza 1 line by line. Blow, blow, cold winter wind, you are not as cruel as people's ungratefulness. Your bite isn't as painful, because you're invisible, even though your gusts are rough. Let's sing cheerfully by the green holly tree. Most friendships are fake, and love is often foolish. So, cheer up and embrace the holly. Life is still joyful. Paraphrasing of stanza 1 in a paragraph. Blow, blow, cold winter wind, but you're not as harsh as people who are ungrateful. Your bite isn't as sharp because we can't see you, even though your cold air feels rough. Let's sing happily by the green holly tree, since most friendships are fake, and love often feels foolish. So, let's cheer up and enjoy the holly. Because, despite everything, life is still joyful. Stanza 2. Freeze, freeze thou bitter sky, that does not bite so nigh, as benefits forgot, though thou the waters warp, thy sting is not so sharp, as a friend remembered not. Hi-ho, sing, hi-ho, unto the green holly, most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. Then hi-ho, the holly, this life is most jolly. Paraphrasing of stanza 2 line by line. Freeze, freeze, bitter sky. You don't hurt as much as the pain of kindness being forgotten. Even though you freeze the waters, your sting isn't as sharp as being neglected by a friend. Let's sing cheerfully by the green holly tree. Most friendships are fake, and love is often foolish. So, cheer up and embrace the holly. Life is still joyful. Paraphrasing of stanza 2 in a paragraph. Freeze, freeze, cold sky, but your chill doesn't hurt as much as when someone forgets the kindness you've shown them. Even though your cold can freeze water, it's still not as painful as being forgotten by a friend. Let's sing cheerfully by the green holly tree, since most friendships are fake, and love often feels foolish. So, let's cheer up and embrace the holly because life is still joyful despite it all. The summary of the poem, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, by William Shakespeare. In the poem, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, Shakespeare compares the harshness of winter weather to the coldness of human relationships. He says that the biting winter wind, though unpleasant, is not as painful as human ingratitude and forgotten friendships. The wind and cold are natural and expected, while the hurt caused by people is deeper and more painful. The speaker reflects on the falseness of most friendships and love, calling them insincere or foolish. Despite these harsh truths, the poem ends on an ironic note, saying that life is still and jolly, as if to accept the reality of human nature. The central idea of the poem, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, by William Shakespeare. The central idea of William Shakespeare's poem, Blow, Blow, Thou Winter Wind, is that the harshness of nature, like the cold winter wind and freezing sky, is less painful than the emotional hurt caused by human ingratitude and false friendships. The speaker reflects on how people often pretend to be friends and how love can be foolish, making life's challenges feel even more difficult. Despite this, the poem ironically suggests that life is still most jolly, showing a sense of acceptance or resignation towards the disappointments of life. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked this effort, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like, comment, and share the video.